Hello. Still the same day. I'm just going to town and making all the videos ever, but now it's storming outside, and I just had this huge fight with the biggest spider I've ever seen in my entire life. So I'm a little shaken up, and that's why now we're going to drop everything and do a completely different approach to what we've been learning, and today it's going to be all about the metal, okay? So we're going to do power chords. I still got my acoustic guitar. My electric is at my buddy's. If you guys have electric guitars, turn it on, turn it up, get as loud as possible. This is very, very important for this lesson. Okay? I don't know if you've ever heard of something called a power chord before. So right now we've been doing regular major open chords, which is cool. Power chords, there's a lot of punk rock feel, a lot of metal, a lot of rock and roll in general. Power chords, in music theory world, can also be called a 5 chord. Okay? So I'm going to show you this right now. Like if you've ever seen, say, A5, well, it just looks like that. Remember we said chords are the first name and the last name? You could have A major or A minor. A5 is a power chord. You play it like this. You know what I mean? So power chords are like this kind of stuff. When you've got power chords, it's 2 notes. Sometimes you could add on a pinky. Let's talk about this. Say you were looking at tab, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Regular old tab. This is the lowest. Pop it on a 5. And then, look, if I write 2 numbers right on top of each other like that, I need you to play them at the same exact time. So, if we've got, here, let me move this over so it doesn't block it, 5 and 7. I'm going to take my first finger, put it on the lowest string, the 5th fret, and then this 3rd finger. With the power chord, you're always going to go down 1 and over 2. Okay? That's the rule, down 1 over 2. So this is an A5. If you want to play a power chord over here, it's still going to be, put your first finger anywhere. Say, put it on the 10th fret. All the way up here, your 3rd finger is going to go down 1 and over 2. Power chord. And with the power chord, you only play these 2 strings. With me so far? Now, with an A5, if you want a fatter sound, you can put on this pinky as well. So, like, right when you're first learning it, it's called a power chord and a pinky. 5, down 1 over 2, that's the rule. Throw your pinky on the bottom. See what I mean? It's a fatter sound. This is power chord, and pinky. And I like it. Sometimes you like it, sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't. Totally up to you. Anyways, we're going to do a Black Sabbath song that you know because everybody in the world knows the song Iron Man. Okay? Give me 1 sec to write this out. Now, music history lesson. Black Sabbath, back in the day, pretty much invented power chords. Or, I don't know who actually invented power chords, but they used them a lot. And they were one of the first bands to really wail on them and turn up their amps all the way and discover a whole bunch of different sounds that you could make with them. And basically made it into a thing that's accepted in the musical world. When you're playing Iron Man, you're going to start on what's called the B5, and we'll talk about why they have different names in a second. Right now I'm just going to write out the tab version, okay? So, A string on the 2, give me that, and then 4. And okay, you can do power chords on this top string or this string. Every time you could do them, every time you do them there, you're going to come down a string and over 2 frets. Okay, that's the rule. Even if you're there. You can still add the pinky on the A string. If you want to like go really hard like Billy Joe Armstrong, I like to mute the rest of the strings. And by that, remember when we were doing an A minor, and we were trying to get all the notes to be pure, and some of them sound like this, and you didn't want that. In this case, you do want that, okay? So say you're playing an A. I use this part of my finger, the fatty part, to touch the strings, but not push them all the way down. So pretty much it sounds like... Can't hear the last one? And you only hear that first part. And same with if you're doing it on this string, but then you gotta use this finger to move the top string. See what I mean? Okay, so we need 2, 4, and then 5. And I'm going to write the 7 too, but you know that if I'm writing a 2, then you're going to come down 1 and over 2. If I write a 5, you're going to come down 1 and over 2, because that's what power chords are. It's a 5 chord is power chords. How it goes. Iron Man goes. Okay, remember last time we learned hammer-ons and pull-offs and that crazy business? We got a slide, right? So we're going to put that to use. I'm going to try to write this a little bit bigger so you can see it. And come up here. 10. Bam, 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 bam. Capiche? So, play me this. These are all slides. One. So that to the right. Okay. Play 2, 5, 5, 7, 7, all in power chord form. So. Okay? Make sure you add this slide. When you do a slide, you don't pick your fingers up. You hit it, and you move it over. Slides are really great for power chords. Play that again. And pinky. Yeah? And then this part. That's this. 10, 9, 10, 9, 10, 5, 5, 7, 7. Right? Again. If you have neighbors, try to get them to, I don't know, try to get them to come over for a party. Here you go. Alright. Not to lay something too heavy on you, but power chords, remember the very beginning when we said it was an A5? Well, this one is called a B5. Okay? And the reason for this, you got a B5, this one's going to be a D5, and this 9 is going to be an E5. Pretty much, this is an E string, okay? Remember in the very beginning we talked about E, A, D, G, B, and E? They all have different names. It goes in this order. Okay, starting on A. Here we go. So this doesn't take too long. There's sharps and flats too, though. So A sharp, B, C. In between B and C, there's no B sharp. There's no C flat, okay? But if you were trying, like, this note between A and B, you could either call this A sharp or B flat. See what I mean? If you're going backwards, it'd be B flat. If you're going up, it's called A sharp. It's the same note, though. There's C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F. Here again. Between B and C and E and F, that's the only time when there's no sharps or flats. You should probably write this down. These are the 12 notes of music. Very important stuff. F sharp, G, and it ends on a G sharp. Okay? Sorry about the lightning. Get out of there, lightning. These 12 notes are what makes every single thing up. And it correlates to guitar by, okay, you know that this is an E string, so this note is an F note, right? So every time you go up a fret, you go up another note. This would be an F sharp, okay? The third one, so you got E, you go 1, 2, 3. Third fret, that's a G note, okay? You go up again, 4, that's a G sharp, or an A flat. 5, that's an A. Do you see where I'm going? So if you start on A, right? This is an A string. What do you think this one's going to be called? Either an A sharp or a B flat. Okay? Don't let the flats and sharps confuse you. We'll worry about that later. Perfectly okay to just call them sharps right now. A sharp. The next one is a B. Okay? So if I have my pointer finger here, and I put my, I make it into a power chord, I start on a B note, and I go down the string and over 2 frets, that's a B5, or a B power chord. Yeah? And you could also play it on an E string, watch. This is an E, first fret is F, then you just go up. F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B. Playing it there. See how it sounds the same? They're both B power chords. Okay, so that's why if you start on a 5, it's going to be A sharp, B sharp. Sorry. A sharp, B, there's no B sharp. C sharp, 5 is D. It's called a D5. Okay? So D5, slide up to an E5. It's E because D sharp, E. What do you think 10 is going to be? Pause it, count it, see if you're right. Okay? You're on E right now. Pause it. E, F sharp, G sharp, A. If you stand on this 10, it's going to be a G5. So, and then what about one before it? This 11 would be F sharp, or a G flat. So it goes back and forth between these guys forever. And then back down here again, remember this is D5, and this is an E5. Cool? Does that make sense? We're going to do one more song. Power chords